Hi guys, welcome back to another Sorare video. Today's video is the one I've been promising for probably about a week and a half now. Um, is the update on how my in-season gallery's done for September. And we're going to continue this every month of basically tracking how we're going, and hopefully as the months go on you'll be able to see whether or not in-season or my in-season gallery this season has worked how I'd like it to or not. Um, so what I'll do is I will let me show you how or what players we picked up recently that we've added. Um, so recently I picked up a Saka, a Palmer, a Kovacic and a Haaland in Prem, or yeah, in Prem. Bundesliga, we picked up a few guys from who was it? Who did we pick up? Oh, Stiller, Milot, Mittelstadt, Nubel, and Wirtz was the recent pickups. Um, Part of my reasoning for that was goalkeeping wise. The only in-season goalkeepers I got in Bundesliga was Kobel, and I was starting to get a little bit frustrated with Dortmund just constantly giving away clean sheets. Um, I'd got classic version of Haradecki and Neuer, but I don't ever really rate Neuer. Frankly, like Bayern don't keep enough clean sheets, and he doesn't get a lot of AA. So, like even when he does keep a clean sheet, he kind of hits like a 65, and it's meh. Haradecki's a lot better. Well, at least he feels better. Um, and Leverkusen at least do tend to keep clean sheets a bit more often. But I figured it was time to pick up an extra goalkeeper and defender combo as well. And other than that, I picked up Stiller and Milot, mainly with under 23s in mind. Um, but having like Undav as well meant I kind of got a nice little collection bonus going with them. Um, and Stiller and Milot can come into like the midfield if matchups are how I want them to be or not how I want them to be. Um, so that was kind of my idea on that. Um, La Liga, we're still not bothering with La Liga. I couldn't get the kind of players I wanted without spending a lot, so I just didn't. Didn't add anyone in Champion, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe just moved Emerson Royal in there. That when it comes to Challenger, I think I picked up maybe a couple like Joaquin Sayce, Scott Olsen, or Donez. Again, kind of filling out because I've got the Bruges collection. Kind of filling out some Bruges players with under 23s in mind. In Ordonez says fitting under 23s, and Scott Olsen was to give me another forward option because I'm not massively sold on Gustafsson. Is it Gustafsson? No, Gustav Nilsson for Bruges, the striker. I'm not massively sold on him. I think he's okay. Um, Zolis is another one of like he can score well. He's to me he looks like he's playing better recently. Um, so I hold out a bit more of a hope on Tizolis recently. But it's also nice to have another option, especially as MLS ends. Like I'll then have more spots in Challenger to run cards because at the moment I've got really good MLS cards, so the MLS ones kind of take priority. But now the others will be able to take priority. But yeah, so here is how we got on for September. So it wasn't a bad month in my opinion, in that it was a half a month because we had a couple of game weeks where we had internationals to start it. I think vaguely remember, but overall not terrible. In that I don't think we'd really got Bundesliga, or we'd just got Bundesliga for September. We didn't really have them in August, I don't think. Um, but overall, not too bad. Like we got £300 in Bundesliga, in rewards, and little dribs and drabs in the other divisions. Lots of near misses, um, but I'm happy enough with it. As for the current value of our cards, so I done this on the 7th, so what, a couple of days ago. I spent the time to fill out the spreadsheet. Um, Ultimately, Premier League has come down a little bit, but not too dissimilar to what I was expecting. And I have overpaid for a couple of Premier League cards here and there, but I haven't accounted for if I've got any special edition cards in there. I haven't. I've literally just called them um, like floor price because although they might get a little bit extra, for now I've just kind of it's easier for me to track without having to equate for that. The other thing that affected our Premier League value is our injuries. Uh, Rodri being out for the season hurt. I've got De Bruyne that again, De Bruyne's price has come down as you can see from the Premier League ones. Like De Bruyne's price has come down a fair bit. Um, and I knew I overpaid on the Tottenham cards because I got them during the promotion, um, and I wanted to get the early collection XP on the Tottenham players. So I stomached that. Uh, but yeah, essentially, yeah, like oh no, De Bruyne's held price. That doesn't seem right. Maybe I haven't updated De Bruyne. Maybe I haven't updated because that does not seem like De Bruyne's price to me. What are we look? Yeah, I've added a one in somewhere. I think. Let me do that, and that will make it look a little bit worse. Uh, so yeah, so De Bruyne obviously has been hit hard with his injury. As you'll be able to see from the price graph, like he was coming down, and then he picked up his injury. I want to say it was like late September. Um, so maybe I'm not quite sure where it was. Maybe there's a lot of pings here, so maybe around there somewhere. I can't remember quite exactly when he picked up his injury, but him having the injury has hurt his yeah because he's been out for now what 4 games in a row. Yes, end of September he picked up the injury. So hopefully after the international break, hopefully he comes back. I'd love him to be back for the Sparta game and the Southampton game and the Bournemouth game. Like there's 3 games where he can score really well. So hopefully he gets back. I don't hold out much hope because although at the start they said it wasn't going to be a long injury, it's kind of you're not never hearing great news since. So, um, but yeah, where was the Rodri? Yeah, so like Rodri, we paid 160 and he went down to 32. So that purely just off his injury and he's done for the season. Um, Actually, even 32 doesn't seem right. Have I just completely missed that? No, it's 32. Wow. A Rodri for. I know you're not getting him until next season, but a classic Rodri at £30 for next season seems absolutely insane. Like, yeah, I don't necessarily need any more Rodris, but at that kind of price for next season, I definitely. I don't know. There's only so many places you can play him, but that just seems insanely priced for next season. Um, but he is injured for this season, so is it that people his price might creep up? And then again in like Challenger, we've been hammered in Challenger, but that's a lot of it was again I FOMO'd into the promo early, so I picked up a lot of the losses will be in the rares. In that pretty much every rare card I picked up is like halved in value, um, and that was just I wanted to get in early on the Bruges guys because they had the early brews special, or not brews, but Julep League special. I wanted to get in on that. Um, I done well in limited, didn't do so well in rare, um, but it is what it is. Overall, I think we're still doing okay. It's again same with contender with the Hamburg guys. Like I've absolutely got hammered on some of these prices. Like at the moment, Hugh Fernandez is injured, so his price has come down. The backup Rab hasn't come back up in price. So originally at the start of the season, there was a toss up between which goalkeeper was going to be the preferred goalkeeper. Everyone was thinking it was going to be Rab because he started the first game, but as soon as Fernandez come back from injury, Fernandez went straight into number one. So I think that was why the prices were so different at the start. Um, but yeah, like some of the Hamburg guys have been disappointing really. And then in Bundesliga, I don't think Bundesliga we've taken too much of a hit at all really. We've got some guys that we made a bit of profit on, like Garassi. I picked him up before he was due back, and then obviously when he come back, his price near doubled. Um, and I imagine, yeah, Kalise was up a little bit. Just trying to think. It's normally like the cards that really perform well, like Grimaldo has gone up drastically, um, and Undav's gone up a fair bit. I don't know whether that's because he's got some good fixtures coming up, maybe. Because I don't think Undav's been amazing this season so far, but yeah, yeah. And then obviously in the La Liga cards, the Lo Celso that I picked up from a Tottenham collection, Lo Celso's been absolutely smashing since he's gone to Betis, so his price has drastically come up, which I kind of knew that was going to happen. Of once he went somewhere, he was going to get game time, so it was going to be good. Um, but yeah, so that is that. So how are we looking? So total value wise, we're down about 1,700 in the 2 months, which is a fair chunk. But then considering the overpay, I think we're trending in the right kind of direction. Um, but we are on like 1,800 in yield so far, so we're doing well yield wise. We're up 167 if we sold the team as of a couple of days ago. Um, but obviously we're not counting any boxes, and I've had some really good pulls out of boxes that would be additional profit that again that will help with next year's when I open all the boxes before the start of next season. But yeah, I thought I'd give you the update on that. And I say I'm hoping again October. Annoyingly, we've got these couple of international breaks, or a couple of international games at the start, so we'll have less game weeks for October. Um, but again, hopefully we can tick up. If we can consistently get around this sort of 400-500 mark, I'd be happy with that. In that we've got what probably another 7 months to go of the season. So if you've got another 7 months of that, maybe 3 grand. So we'd kind of be where we want to be. In that we'd have got a really good yield throughout the year. So maybe 500 a month is adventurous to suggest we could get that, but you never quite know. All it takes is to get the stars to align for a week instead of like near misses. Um, but yeah, so that's going to wrap up this one. If you guys are doing something similar, just let me know how you think your in season's gone. But I'm going to wrap up this video now because I want to also record the rewards opening from this week, because I haven't recorded the rewards opening yet. So that one's coming up literally straight after this one, because I've been at work the last couple of days, so it's kind of fitting in around work. But we've got time today, so we'll get it done. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.